Okay, so now that we've gone through these 4 basic rules, let's get started with the episode 2. Okay, so over here I've got one example. This is a very simple example, probably from grade 9 or in grade 9. I don't think they will ask such an easy one in grade 10, but yeah. So as we can see, let me just change the color. Okay, as we can see, there's 2 terms in this one, 1, 2, and then 3 terms in this. Okay, just to specify, because I feel like some people get really confused about what is a term. How do I know if something is a term? So a term is basically okay, sorry, yeah, let's use this. A term is something obviously a number plus its sign. So for example, over here, this x is a term, but x plus 2 is not a term. Only 2 is a term. Why? Because it has its sign that's attached to it. Another example, 3. Is 3x a term? No. 3x is not a term. Minus 3x is a term. So basically it needs to have its sign, the sign in front of it. If there isn't a sign like this one, you should always know that there's an invisible plus over here. So that's a term. So over here we've got one term. There's a plus. This is the second term, and this is the third term. Over here, one term, second term. So altogether, we can say this is a binomial because there's 2 terms. And this is a trinomial because there's 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now that that's clear, let's start. What you basically need to do is take the first term and multiply it with everything in the second term. So every term in the second bracket, you multiply it with that. And if we had to do it practically, this is how we do it. X times 2x squared will give us 2x cubed. Why? Because remember, same base. Exponents, add. Okay, so that's 2x cubed. Now we're going to say x times minus 3x, and that will give us minus 3x squared. Right, and then we've got x times 3, and that will be positive 3x. We're not done. We only did the first term. We still need to do the second term. So let's get started with that. Oops. Okay. I'm going to do this in another color. 2 times 2x squared will give us 4x squared. 2 times minus 3x will give us minus 6x. 2 times 3 will give us positive 6. Next step. Now we're going to look for like terms. Like terms means that the variable and the exponent is the same. So now we need to look, is there another x to the power of 3 or x cubed in this expression? No, there isn't. So we're just going to write down 2x cubed. Is there another x to the power of 2 in here? Yes, there is. And oh, I forgot to put the sign. I'm sorry. I forgot to put the sign. So it's positive 4x to the power of 2. So negative 3x squared plus positive 4x squared will give us 1x squared. You don't need to write the 1, just you could write that. But there's nothing wrong with writing the 1. I always write the 1. Okay. The next term over here is 3x. Is there another 3x? Yes, there is. So it's 3x minus 6x. And that will give us minus 3x. And then we've got our constant, which is plus 6. And that's how you do it. We're done with the first one. It's very simple. It's just first term multiplies with everything in the second bracket. Second term multiplies with everything in the second bracket until you're done with it. Until you've got all your like terms added and subtracted. Okay, let's go on to type 2. Not type 2, number 2. In number 2, there's something different. This one has fractions. And you'll normally see it from grade 10 onwards. So there's something that you need to remember before you do a question like this. And that is, okay, so remember how we said you need to always remember BODMAS and first fix whatever's inside the bracket. Over here, you can see there's a fraction. If we had to rewrite this, it would be 2 over 3x minus 4 over 1. This one would be 5 over 1 x squared minus a half x plus 1 over 3. And there's a little trick. Okay, it's not actually a trick, but this is what we do. What you're going to do is you are going to find the lowest common denominator between these two terms. So between 3 and 1, what is the lowest common denominator? It would be 3. Now you're going to say 3 divided by 3 gives you 1. 1 times 2 gives you 2. Just put down the x. Same thing, put down the minus sign, and you're going to say the same thing. 3 divided by 1 over here gives us 3. 3 times 4 over here gives us 12. And there, in one step, you've got the answer to that. So isn't that better than doing the long method, LCD, multiply each? Just remember this one. Okay, I'm just going to write it down over here. So, find step 1, find your LCM, which is 3. Oh, sorry, not LCM, LCD. Because we're working with the denominator. So find the LCD. And over here, our LCD is 3. Step 2. You're going to say denominator divided by the denominator of the first term. So I'm just going to write it down for you. 3, this 3 divided by the 3 on top gives us 1. Then this 1 multiplies by the numerator of the first term. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Please try to understand. Okay, so times 2. And that gives us this 2 that you see over here. And the x is just a variable, so you need to put it down. And that's how we get 2x. Then we brought down this sign, which is the minus. And we're going to do the same thing with the second term. We're going to say, step 3. 3 divided by 1, the 3 of the LCD that we found, divided by the denominator of the second term, which will give us 3. that answer multiplied by the numerator of the second term. So it's multiplied, let me just do this in another color, multiplied by the numerator, which is 4. And that gives us 12, right? And that's how we, in one step, or like in 3 steps, but if you get used to it, then it's like 1 step. And that's how in 1 step you can get your answer. Okay, I'm just going to erase this now to get some space. Okay, after the next bracket of the trinomial, we're going to do the same. So over here, what is the LCD of 1, 2, and 3? That will be 6. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say 6 divided by 1 gives us 6. 6 times 5 gives us 30. So we're going to say 30x to the power of 2. Bring down the sign. Now we're going to do the same thing with the second term. 6 divided by 2 gives you 3. So 3 then multiplies with the 1, giving us 3x. Bring down this sign. Then we're going to say 6 divided by 3, which will give us 2. 2 times the 1 over here will give us 2. And that's how we finished all of that in like 3 steps. Okay, now we're going to do the next step. Multiply the denominators. So 6 times 3 will give us 18. And put your division line. Okay, now we're going to start off with the numerators. We're going to do the same thing that we did over here, multiplying each term with the other in the other bracket. So over here we're going to say 2x times 30x squared. This will give us 60. 60x cubed. Then we're going to say 2x multiplied by minus 3x, which will give us minus 6x squared. And then 2x multiplied by 2 will give us 4x. The same thing with the next part, or the next term. Minus 12 multiplied by 50 will give us 360. So it's minus 360 x cubed. Oh no, I'm running out of space. But it's fine. I'm just going to write that a little small. Okay. And then negative 12 multiplied by negative 3 will give us positive 36x. The last one, negative 12 multiplied by 2 will give us negative 24. Okay. Okay, now what's the next step, or the next rule, or whatever you call it? What we're going to do here is look for like terms, right? It's very important. Oh, but before you look for like terms, you need to see if there's any way you could simplify this. And there is. If you just divided each term by 2, this expression would be simplified. So that would give us 50x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 180 x squared plus 18x minus 12. I'm just going to write it over there. Okay. Now you're going to look for like terms. We know that 30x cubed doesn't have any other like terms, but X cubed does. We've got minus 3 minus 180, which gives us minus 183x cubed. And then we've got 2x, and that does have another like term, which is 18x. So basically 2 plus 18 gives us 20x. And the last one, which is our constant, stays alone, minus 12, all divided by 9. I'm so sorry, I forgot to write the divided by 9 over here, but you understand. Okay, and that's how you've completed all the steps that needs to happen to answer such a question. And with that, episode 2 of our algebra series ends. Hope to see you in episode 3, where we will be going through squaring a binomial and hopefully FOIL. Bye.